There's a teacher in Seattle, our pal Jason Rance up in Seattle found this one. There's a teacher up in Seattle who kicked a child out of her classroom, now her virtual classroom because they don't have real classrooms, kicked the kid out for saying that he admires Donald Trump. The teacher was in a group chat with his students, and he said, "Who is a role model? Who is someone that you want to follow?" And the kid said, quote, is a 10-year-old kid in Tacoma, "I admire Donald J. Trump because he is making America great again, and because he's the best president the United States could ever have, and he built the wall so terrorists couldn't come into the U.S. Trump is the best person in the world, and that's why I admire him." This teacher kicked the child out of the classroom for saying he admires the president who now just recovered from the coronavirus and showed us all strength. Once the teacher kicked the kid out, the kid's mother, who was looking over and seeing the screen, started to record it. Listen to this whiny, morally idiotic teacher.
Positive things and role models that we should admire. The example that was shared in the chat, which I went ahead and erased for us, was not appropriate, right? Especially as that individual has created so much division and hatred between people, and specifically spoken hatred to many different individuals. Okay, so I do apologize for kicking you out of the conference as I went ahead and adjusted our settings, but the settings should be adjusted now. The chat should be locked for today, just because I realized that maybe that question wasn't clear enough. So we'll go ahead and skip on that for today. Okay, again, that individual has spoken hate to many individuals, and I don't think is an appropriate example for a role model. We should be admiring.
You say who?
Okay,
Donald
with
J.
that being
Trump.
said,
Who did you say? Donald J. Trump? And this teacher, this little wuss, this sniveling little teacher comes out and kicks the kid out, and he wouldn't even accept responsibility for it. He says, well, and I went in and I adjusted the settings, and I'm sorry if the student got kicked out. I adjusted the settings, and you can't say that you like the president. He's a mean guy. I hate the president. This is obviously a teacher who does not understand the virtues of courage, the virtues of strength, the virtue of manliness. Harvey Mansfield, professor at Harvard, wrote a great book called Manliness a number of years ago about this virtue. The word virtue, by the way, relates to manliness. It comes from the Latin word vir, which means man, virtu, manliness. But now we're told in our culture that manliness is toxic, and we all need to be effeminate. And when women are effeminate, that's a perfectly fine thing. But when men are, it's not a fine thing. There's a difference in words. You say womanly to refer to a woman, and you say womanish to refer to a man who is being effeminate. What's the difference? One is positive, one is negative. One is proper, the other is bizarre, off kilter. And that's what we're seeing here. We're being told that manliness itself is toxic. So is it any surprise that the media react negatively when the president shows some strength? But it turns out all those people are completely wrong. It is important, particularly in times of trial, particularly in times of danger, to show some strength and some duty and some responsibility. I'm sure Trump wanted nothing more than to go lie down in the East Wing of the White House and fluff up a pillow and relax, because I'm sure he's not feeling very well right now. But he came out anyway because that is his responsibility. And sniveling teachers in the mainstream media don't get it. If you enjoyed that break from disinformation, historical revision, and screaming about the end of the world, be sure to hit the subscribe button so you never miss another video.